He's just got a cracking pace. I mean, Japan's got yet another superstar following the likes of the footsteps of. No, he's. I was just going to say, Maverick Vinales, his management agency, Marco Morelli, his best result was 8th place there in race 1, the likes of Taiyo Furusato. But we'll switch our attention back to the front here. 2.9 the gap. Actually, it's part of Maverick Vinales' own agency, and he came by the 10 yesterday to sort of. So Morelli just a bit bogged down in confidence perhaps at the moment, you might say.
Yeah.
So,
and they're coming, you can see it now. You don't need the lap time, so they're coming.
Here instantly after qualifying to see what was going on with effectively one of his riders.
Okay, back with the leaders then. So this is the leading 5, and we've decided, for whatever reason,
comes the freight train of Mitani. Oh, it's the Japanese bullet train apparently. None of that, no freight. But, you know, big part of that agency, it was announced yesterday. So I'm sure Maverick...
4.6 second gap that these 5 are going to remain to the end. Now it'll be
just straight up bullet. Here we go then.
And the 31 of Pugliese goes past
himself. A KTM factory rider can be helping out with that.
Well, that's an interesting point you make, because I know, you know, who has an advantage, who's got something extra. Obviously Veda Pratama doesn't know. 13 of Hakim Danish. Veda is still with them, very much from the Red Bull Athletes Performance Centre was one of the men. The track quite as well as some of the Spaniards around him, but that's never stopped him before. Still with them, in fact, 2.5 laps to go.
Well then.
Coaches works with Maverick Vinales actually, and he was in Jerez and so I don't think the circuit knowledge thing is a huge thing. Maybe the number 11.
Here we go, Danish down the inside. He has a look, of course he'll have a look, but no, it's Pugliese who
working with Maverick. So if he can help Maverick, maybe Maverick can help Marco Morelli on the mental side. David Gonzalez, but that's his first rookie season, so if he knows the track, it's not on this motorcycle.
Holds the line there, down the back straight will come. They've got to be smart and not mess each other around too, because
you know, when you're that quick, when you can win a race on a different planet like he did at Essen last year, it's really evenly paced here, and we've yet to see anyone exercise
too much, otherwise they will just be eaten up by the pack behind him. Another half second, Peter.
There's nothing wrong with your riding skill. It really has to be a mental thing, doesn't it?
You know, exactly. He's very, very hard.
There's a significant advantage anywhere. Certainly not sort of sitting up and waiting for anybody down the back straight. Absolutely, 2.5 laps remaining. You're on board with Hakim Danish, passing the 31 of good.
Race rider in the Junior World Championship as well. He sits 9th position. Didn't have a very good. No, absolutely right. So I think these ones aside, one rider on the move is Zen Mitani.
Pugliese fan out across the track. Who's latest on the brakes at the end of the track? It is Hakim. No, it's
Reth. Strictly speaking, is his best result. Who's now into 6th place at 2:02, lapping similar pace to these guys here.
It's the 31 of Pugliese who has the advantage.
Moriarty sitting quietly. Veda was 8th place there in race 1. So Morelli just a bit bogged down. Yaroslav Karpushin up in the 10th place at 2:01 last time around. Karpushin quietly. David Gonzalez thinking, I can get my first Rookies Cup podium here. This is brilliant. So perhaps the only one who's in confidence perhaps at the moment, you might say.
Yeah. Okay, back with the leaders then. So this is...
And it was one of the riders that found himself way down the order on the grid, 24th position. Not exactly got a cool head is David Gonzalez, or maybe he does.
And it's 2 laps to go, is it? The leading 5, and we've decided, for whatever reason, with a 4.6 second gap, that these 5...
So that is a heck of a pace from the Kyrgyzstani rider.
Yeah, but wasn't that because... Down to no, it's 2.5 seconds.
Oh, so I think it could be. That could be it. We will have to see.
They're going to remain to the end. Now, it'll, you know, who has an advantage? Who's got something? He was penalised,
exactly.
I think. So, yeah, he was, you know, he came along this weekend and was good.
But they are visibly nearly there, Peter. It is pretty thrilling.
Superb,
I mean, what a fight it has been.
Extra. Obviously, Veda Pratama doesn't know the track quite as well as some of the Spaniards. Quick enough in practice. So I think, you know, it's great things to get to see.
Yeah. What a race. Hats off to all of them. I mean, look at that. 1.1 seconds quicker over a lap.
It's around him, but that's never stopped him before. So I don't think the circuit knowledge and battling through the field like that. He's certainly able of it. Oh, and Veda Pratama having things...
I mean, you don't ever see this sort of thing at the end of a race, Peter.
No, you don't. And this thing is a huge thing. Maybe the number 11, David Gonzalez, but that's his first rookie season. Moving around quite a lot, that gave him a reason to be concerned, and he's gone from 1st to 5th. My goodness, that's close up front, isn't it? It's the number 31 of Pugliese that just the slightest, and so if he knows the track, it's not on this motorcycle, so it's really evenly paced in one corner.
There you go. As we see, Singapong's gone down. That's a shame for Mike.
Advantage. And Veda is there. Is Veda just waiting to put here? And we've yet to see anyone exercise a significant advantage anywhere.
You was having a really good race. Was just going to touch upon Karpushin.
And do it on the last lap. The 31 of Pugliese, the 13 of Hakim Danish. Certainly not sort of sitting up and waiting for anybody down the back straight.
No, absolutely right. So I think, say Borelli's sort of down on confidence perhaps at the moment, but Karpushin's sky high. He got a podium. 0.6. It's 1.6 seconds.
My goodness, where did that come from?
These ones aside, one rider on the move is Zen Mitani, who's now in the European Talent Cup in Jerez last weekend. So really, really good stuff from Yaroslav. Boy, he could win it still, Zen Mitani. Come on, I want to root for him. This is 6th place at 2:02, lapping similar pace to these guys here. But Yaroslav Cup.
Yeah, excellent. Now, let's just say, you know, Zen Mitani.
Absolutely, but
it's outrageous.
He's there. He's going to catch him on the back straight. This is one of the pushing up in the 10th place at 2:01 last time around. Karpushin was one of the
there in 6th place. He was quick in practice. He seems to have clicked with the
best ride I've ever seen in Rookies Cup. I think
it was gone. It was finished.
Riders that found himself way down the order on the grid, 24th position
with the KTM Rookies bike.
And I would just like to say, actually, sorry Peter, but Yaroslav Cup
was all wrapped up, wasn't it? And it isn't.
Oh, this is absolutely cool. That was a big so that is a heck of a pace from the Kyrgyzstani rider.
Yeah, but wasn't that because he was...
Did 2:01.5 last time around. The lead is here, 2:02. Moment there, 4. That was Karpushin. He's pushing on, isn't he?
He is. Right, he was penalised, I think. So, yeah, he was, you know, he came along this weekend and was good.
0.8, 2:02.9.
Right, and how much...
Well, it's 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And he was over a...
Still Pugliese who has the advantage. I wonder, they probably have no idea that these guys are coming up in practice. So I think, you know, it's great things to get to see him back.
Second quicker than them.
Yeah, well, and...
interesting.
Yeah, and we've still got 5 laps to go, haven't we?
No.
You know, you can't, unless they see a TV screen,
and
they're not going to have any idea.
Their pit boards are not that complex. Their pit boards are not